You were born to do something extraordinary. And that has to be true, otherwise you wouldn't have been born. I believe that that is true for every single person because I know that God didn't make any insignificant people, but sometimes we have difficulty understanding who we are and what we came to bring to the world, because it's within you, it's within every single person. Now, this video would make sense for you no matter when you might be seeing it or hearing it. However, it is especially true for those who are alive now, and this is March of 2023. That is because our world is going through an evolutionary change. Now, this has happened throughout history at different times, but none of us have lived through that, which is why it seems so chaotic, and for a lot of people, it was really frightening. But we're being asked to change, and the change comes through you, and that change comes in by you owning and becoming your authentic self and living the life that you want to have, meaning being happy, prosperous, having everything that you want. And the way that we do that is that we let go of our limitations and restrictions. Now, I can talk about this because I held on to those limitations most of my life because it was challenging for me to accept who I was. I was insecure. I was lost a lot of the times. I had a lot of difficulties. I had failures that I experienced. I also had a lot of illnesses and diseases, things that I couldn't explain. And it's 2023, but I'm 72 now and I'm still here. And the reason I can say that is because the other thing is that I'm a mystic, I'm a sage, and I receive intuitive information just as you do. You have an intuition that tells you what to do, what you should be doing, but we don't always trust that. In 1988, I had to begin to trust that because I was lost and I needed more help. So I began a process of automatic writing, meaning sitting and meditating and receiving information. And that is how I came up with all the work that I have done throughout my life. It's how I've survived. It's how I developed mind-body connection so I could have healings that occurred within me. It's how I moved through every tragedy that I've experienced, and there were many of them, so I understand. Now, we've also come to understand that we only experience ourselves through the way we think, our consciousness. That's mindset, our state of mind. But how do we change that? Well, I began to change it because all of the information that I have received since 1988 gave me a roadmap that I could use to uncover who I was. Now I can give that back to others because you have a blueprint, a divine plan that was given to you that you're meant to live, that you're meant to fulfill. Because see, when you do that, you're going to love yourself, you're going to put light and love into the world, and our world begins to change. That's why this evolutionary change is happening in our world. And you'll notice that there'll be many people who want to hold on to what was old. But I don't believe that's you. I think you want something new. I think you want something that's going to cause you to prosper and expand and become the person you were meant to be. And this is what I had to finally acknowledge and own. I'm saying that because a lot of times we don't own what comes up within us because we don't believe it. We have doubt, we have insecurity. But once you come to understanding and reaching your authentic self, that goes away. And that is the work that I do. Is to have those doubts and fears removed from you, from your being, so that you live the life you're supposed to have, because it is within you, every single person. And the only reason someone does not live this extraordinary life is because they've judged themselves, they've judged their experiences, they've judged what they've gone through or what they haven't done yet. All of those things, they hold you back in your development of uncovering this greater awareness of who you were meant to be, because it is someone who is extraordinary. There would have been no other reason for you to be born, because you would have been possibly taking the place of someone else. No, that's never true. You were born because the world needed you to be here to fulfill what you were meant to do. What I was meant to do was to guide others into living their best lives, which is why I had to move through what I did. But now I can give it back to others. You have the same ability. We're all in this together. You've probably heard that, and it is absolutely true. But you were born to live an extraordinary life.